Okay. So what we are going to do today, we are still in the single phase rectifier up to today class. That will be the syllabus of the midterm. So I know you are going to appear the midterm because I talked with the routine committee. So they told me that midterm will be fixed by the teachers. So you set a date. Okay, there will be 1.5 hours midterm exam and 4 questions will be given to you one by one, and then you have to answer and the PDF file. Probably you have already joined the what is that, the classroom, right? So classroom will be used to provide you the question paper. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 6.3.2. We are still in the single phase control rectifier. How it will give effect of LS. So LS is nothing but the source inductance. Source inductance. So I am reviewing before the break what we have done so far. But let us review this one first. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So this is your T1 because fan is going on. So I did not turn on the AC. So if you cannot listen correct nicely, then you can ask me to.
Sir, we can listen properly, sir. No problem.
Good. The single phase voltage we have applied. This is the inductor that has come from the source. And we are still thinking about the constant load current that is highly inductive load. And that current is ID and the voltage across the load will be here VT. And that will be your VLS. And the current here is the short source current, and this is your load current. When LS over 0, I am reviewing this one. So this is your input voltage phi, and this is your twice pi, and that will be omega t. That is your input voltage. And we have applied the firing pulse here maybe. Just hold on, okay? So now we have applied the firing pulse here. So this is alpha. I said this is your pi plus alpha. So this firing pulse, this one, will be at omega t equal to alpha. This firing pulse will be applied where? Can anyone tell me where?
Sir, the key.
This
Terminal of
one.
this one.
T1, T2.
Yes. So this will be for your T1 and T2. So this is your IG1, IG2, and this one IG3 and IG4. You got it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we have already discussed these things. Our output, the current input current IS, that will be, this one will be for, because until pi plus alpha, we have not applied the firing pulse. Also after pi, your T3 and T4 forward bias, but since these are not fired, so current will still flowing. And then if we follow the voltage, if T1 and T2, if T1 and T2 are on and these are off, then your VD will be your DS. We are still considering LS equal to 0. So then I'm just reviewing the before the break. So your output voltage will be like this. Can you remember this?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, F of the output voltage will be like this. And this will be the, look here, twice pi plus, this is your twice pi plus alpha. Again, we have applied another pulse to I. This is also, yeah, IZ1 and IZ2. So this twice pi plus alpha is equivalent to your 0 to alpha. So we already got this voltage. So our output voltage will be like this. And then we have already got the average level of the output voltage, that was VD alpha equal to 0.9 Vs cosine of alpha. Can you remember this?
Yes, sir.
And we see that the input current, this one will be T1 and T2 conducting this one. This is your positive ID. And after that, it will be your negative ID. That will be your T3 and T4. And look here, this is your twice pi. So twice pi, and this is your twice pi plus alpha. So that will be also negative current. So this will be your T3 and T4, right? You got my point?
Yes, sir.
This portion will be equivalent to twice pi plus alpha, because this is also the starting of the cycle. So now I am asking you the question. So the current is shifting, this is IS. Current is shifting from T3 to T4 to T1 and T2 instantaneously if LS equal to 0, right? And from T1 to T3 and T4 instantaneously, there is no delay. So what is our commutation delay U equal to 0. You understand what is commutation? Because in the diode case, we have already discussed about the commutation. Can you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we shall discuss with when LS equal to non-zero, then what will happen to your situation? That we will discuss. Okay. Let me clear this figures. We'll consider now if there is an LS, then what will happen? Again, we are plotting the input voltage. This is your input voltage Vs. This is your pi, this is 0. This is your twice pi, and this is your t. And we have applied the firing pulse here, say here. So if we now plot two currents, this is the T and the alpha. So pi, this is the pi plus alpha. So now, so suppose this is your IT1 and this is your IT2. Suppose this is your IT3 and this is your IT4. So 0 to alpha, which thyristor should be conducting? Then 0 to alpha, which thyristor should be conducting? Alpha to pi plus alpha, you know that T1 and T2, right?
So T3 and T4.
So here T3 and T4. So T3 and T4 conducting mix, it is carrying the current, this current ID. So I have plotted here. Now we have fired here. And then T1 and T2 is supposed to be conduct. So up to this, the current goes to T1 and T2. Now, this current should now, if LS was not, if the LS was 0, then immediately this current will come to 0, right? But because of the presence of this LS, this current will not fall immediately to 0, rather than it will take some time. So from say this is your 10 ampere. So from this 10 ampere, it will go say 5 ampere, then 3 ampere, then 0 ampere. So, and here the current of T1 and T2 will be built up, not instantaneously, rather than it will take some also time. So when this current is 10, this current must be 0. When this current is 5, what will be this current? Suppose this is 5 ampere.
5.
This will be 5, because altogether the current will be always 10, right?
10.
Yes. So, so this is your alpha, this is your pi plus, sorry, alpha plus E. So what is this angle then? If this is alpha and this is pi, alpha plus E, then what is this angle? This is pi.
U, sir.
U. So this is your U, right? This is your U. So U is the commutation angle. So commutation is going between this angle, right? So can I ask you, what are the thyristors that are conducting during this commutation process?
Sir, all of them.
All of them. Okay, good. If so, then good. So I can write down here IT1. Sorry. T1, T2, T3, and T4 all are common during this computation period. During computation. I am writing this thing because you are recording this one, so that should be recorded. Okay, let us have a look of the IS current then. I'm plotting here IS current. This is your IS. So when T3 and T4 was conducting, the current was negative, right? We have already seen when LS was 0. Can you remember? Yes or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
And then if LS was 0, then the current immediately shifted to ID, like this. But here, because of the presence of the inductance, that will not happen. Then it will take some time, right? So then current will go to like this. So this is alpha. This point is alpha. This point is what?
Alpha plus U.
Alpha plus. Okay, so at this when at omega t equal to alpha, what is the current then? Minus ID, right? Because T3 and T4 that is carrying this current, and for the IS it will be negative, right? Can you remember?
Yes, sir.
And then if this current is falling down, this current is building up. So this current is building up. And then what will be the peak value of this current then?
ID.
ID plus ID, right? And then again here, this point is pi plus alpha plus U. So this is pi plus alpha. This is pi plus alpha. Then what is this span? This one is pi plus alpha, and this point is pi plus
U.
alpha plus
U.
And again, this current will be flowing down, 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 and it has gone to negative ID. You understand it? And here again, this is twice pi plus alpha. The current will start. So now the current wave shape will not be rectangular, rather than it has a trapezoidal things. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
So now we want to find out the expression of the U, and also we want to find out, okay, what will be our output voltage wave shape? So 0 to alpha, this will, okay, let me use another color. This will be like this. And then when all the thyristors will be conducting, what should be the output voltage, particularly if these two thyristors conducting, this path is shorted, then what should be your VT?
0 volt.
0 volt. And then at the end of the commutation from this one, alpha to alpha plus U, T1 and T2 will be conducting, right? And this is stop conducting. These are stopping conducting. So then our output voltage VD will be your VS, because there will be no voltage drop here. Do you know why? If we apply the Kirchhoff voltage law, negative positive VS, positive negative VLS, then positive negative VDT equal to 0. So VS should be your VLS plus VDT. You understand? We are talking about alpha plus Q to omega T to pi plus alpha plus pi plus alpha. That we are trying to find out from here to here. So here. So this point is pi plus alpha, right? We have applied the firing pulse here for your T3 and T4. Okay. So during this period, look here, who is conducting during this period? Which are the thyristors that is conducting?
T1, T2.
So if T1 and T2 conducting, then we apply the Kirchhoff voltage, and we are going this way, 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 this way. We have come back. So did I correctly write down the Kirchhoff voltage now? Hello. Negative, positive, positive, negative, shorted, then positive, negative, and then come back here. Am I correct or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So now I want to tell that VLS will be 0. Why? During this time, the time is
IT is constant during this period.
right. You are correct. So pi plus alpha. During this period, see, current is constant, right? If the current is constant, then what will be VLS? VLS equal to LS DIS by dt. And if this IS equal to capital ID, then what will be VLS? Everybody, please tell me.
0.
Okay. So it is 0. So we see that VD equal to VS. So we are following this one. Going here. Again, this commutation occur. We will not get any voltage here. And then we shall get it. You got my point? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So that will be the wave shape of the output voltage. So we shall find out, of course, the average value of the output voltage, VD alpha. So the next what we have to do is that we have to find out the equation of the U, and also we have to find out the equation of what? GD alpha. Okay. So during the commutation, that means alpha plus commutation. So we can write down Vs equal to VLS and Vd equal to 0. So VLS equal to LS DIS by dt and Vs equal to root 2 Vs sine of omega t. Right?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
correct? Then multiply both sides by omega. Then DIS, that will be your root 2 Vs. You can take that omega here inside. Then we are integrating this one during this commutation period, that means alpha to alpha plus e. So this is nothing but that this period, this area, right? This angle is alpha and this angle is alpha plus e. So area under this curve is say AU. We got this one, AU. This AU equal to, now we got the integration period alpha to alpha plus I. Here in the left hand side, the operator is DIS. Then what should be the limit? Current at alpha equal to what?
The minus ID to plus ID.
And alpha plus E plus ID, right? So AU will be then coming as 2 omega less ID. And then if you complete the integration, you will get root 2 Vs, then cosine alpha plus E minus cosine of alpha. Okay? Yes or not? And from there you can find out the equation of the cosine alpha plus E cosine of alpha minus 2 omega less ID divided by root 2 Vs. Am I correct or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Check. So then from this equation, this is your 6.24. The equation number is 6.24 of your book. So from this equation, you can always find out the value of E if you know the firing angle alpha. If you know omega equal to twice pi f, omega will be twice pi f. If you know f, and if you know ID, then you can always find the commutation angle, okay? For the sinusoidal case. You got my point? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we want to find out the average. So if there is no LS, the average value was 0.9 Vs cosine of alpha, right? But we have lost this area. We have lost this area, and we know that this area is 2 omega LS. So minus AU divided by pi will be your average value. So AU can be divided by 2 omega LS I. So this will be your equation number 6.26 of this book. So we got two equations for the one is the for the commutation angle, another is the for the average value. Everyone understand this one? Hello? Any
Yes, sir.
confusion? Any confusion? Anything? Hello?
No, sir.
So can you see the book now?
Yes, sir.
So I have discussed these things. I'll come back here. So that will be your output voltage. Look here, you follow my pen. This will be your output voltage, and we have lost this area. That will follow this one. And until this point is, of course, you know that this is your pi. So this is your pi plus alpha, and this point is pi plus alpha plus 3. And this is U, and this point is of course alpha plus C. You got me or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that we have already discussed. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Am I going fast now?
Sir, a
That-
little first.
Yeah. But IITians, I have already covered these things in the undergraduate level. Did I know? Yes or no?
You did, sir.
Yes, sir. You did, sir.
So look here again, the figure. What is the figure? This is your 6.10. 6.10 A and this one. Okay, figure. Okay, now I have already told you this one is, so if I plot here, what is this angle? What is this angle? What is this angle? What is this angle? You have to tell me.
The first angle is alpha.
First angle is this, okay. And this one,
Alpha plus U.
and then between this one is the U, right?
You, sir.
So look here, this is nothing but the IS. This is IS. This one is the IS. And trapezoidal nature. Very much close to, better than your rectangular compared to, if you what is that? If you compare with the sinusoidal. Rectangular is more sinusoidal or trapezoidal is more sinusoidal? Which will contain less harmonics, trapezoidal or rectangular? You understand what I want to say?
Trapezoidal less.
Will contain less harmonics, right? Because it is more close to sinusoidal. You are correct. So, and we also see that the zero crossing of this trapezoidal one is in between of U. Am I correct or not? Zero crossing of the current. Look here, the zero crossing is this one, and this is in between of U and alpha plus U. That means U by 2, we can say that. Okay. Now, if we write down the, what is that? The, say IS omega t, then that will be your √2 IS1 sine of omega t minus phi 1. Then that will be your √2 IS3 Fourier series analysis 3 omega t minus phi 1. Then √2 IS5 sine of 5 omega t minus 5. Okay. We will come back. So this is nothing but that the Fourier series analysis of your trapezoidal current. So what is this component then? This is the fundamental component, right? This frequency is the same as your Vs equal to √2 Vs sine of omega t. Am I correct or not? Hello. Now, if we plot this IS1, suppose this is your IS1, so that will be your this one. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So look here, what is the angle difference between zero crossing of Vs? It contains the fundamental component of the frequency, fundamental frequency, and this is your IS1 that also have the same frequency. The angle between this one will be known as the displacement angle, if you remember. So this phi 1 is coming as then what? Of course, alpha, you can write down alpha, and then it is It is here in between of U, right? Just middle point of U. Can I write down this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this, so then input power factor. Oh no, sir, not input. Displacement power factor. Displacement power factor. Power factor known as dPf. That is your cosine of phi 1. That should be your cosine of alpha plus q by 2. You understand it?
Yes, sir.
In our when LS was 0, then of course U will be 0, then your displacement power factor will be cosine of alpha, right? We got it already. So if there is no LS, so if this is your VS, and we have already seen that this will be your wave shape of your IS, and all, of course, we have already discussed these things before your break. So this one is the fundamental component, IS one. So this is your VS. So look here, what is the displacement power factor for if LS equal to 0?
Cosine of alpha.
Yes, alpha. So angle is alpha, and but here U by 2 is coming into the picture when there is the presence of LS. You understand? Everybody, please. If you don't understand, then I can repeat. Here, because of the presence of the inductance, the current is not rectangular rather than sinusoidal. That is why this factor is coming into the picture. Okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm teaching you just like a class 5 student. Actually, master's level, normally I don't do this way. But since I am using the, what is that? This is your Wacom. I am using the Wacom. This is Wacom or what? What is that?
Yes, sir. It's welcome, sir.
Wacom. So that is why, since I got this terms, otherwise, if I could have gone to the board, I would not. I will just give you the slide and show it. Okay, this is the way this is going on. Since I am sitting on the chair and in front of me, the 2 laptops are there. So I am just trying to make you understand. Anyway, so those who will be teaching, if any of you will teach power electronics, you will be, that will be very easier for you to demonstrate these things in front of the students. Okay. So now, so we got 2 equations here. This one is we have already got, this is your VT or VT alpha, whatever. And we already got cosine of alpha plus u equal to cosine of alpha minus 2 omega ls id divided by VS. This is equation number 6.24, right? Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us try to solve a problem from the example. In the converter circuit, the converter is like this. So LS is this one. So this is your T1, this is your T2, your T3, and this is your T4. Okay. So for this one, LS is given as 5% with the rated voltage 230/60 Hz and the rated voltage ampere of 5 kVA. So per unit value has been given. With that one, we have to find out the numerical value in millihenry or Henry. So with that one, they mentioned that you have to find out the commutation angle U and also VT0, you know that, right? VT0 is 0.9 yes cosine of alpha, because VT0 means that LS equal to 0. You know it. So we have to find out VT. VT will be given by this equation. If you know alpha, if you know omega, if you know ls, if you know id, then you can always find out beta. Then we have to find out ls first, right? If you don't say yes or no, then how can I understand you are with me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we have to find out the rated current. So this is 5 kV is given. So this is now 5,000. And you know that VA will be voltage multiplied by current Vs and also Is. These are the things that we don't know this Is, we have to find out this. Okay. So then Vs will be Is will be or I rated. So that should be 5,000 by Vs. So Vs have been given here. So 5,000 by 230, and this is coming as 10.58 ohms. Then ls. So this is your Z. You know that this. Oh, sorry. You will get the current first. This is I rated, and that will be 21.74. And base omega ls equal to Z base. So that we have already found. You know V rated divided by I rated. V by I is the impedance. So V rated we know 230. I rated we have already found 21.74. And then you can find out your base impedance as 10.5. Then your LS will be omega LS will be your Z base, right? So our LS will be 0.0, because this is written as 5% of the this one, so 0.05 multiplied by Z base divided by omega equal to twice per F. F is it is given as 65. So if you do that, then you will get LS equal to 1.4 millihenry, sir. Then using the equation of 6.26 Vt 0.9 Vs cosine of alpha minus 2 omega LSI divided by 5. So alpha is given already 30 degrees. You put here Vs equal to 234. So 2 is a factor, omega is equal to twice by F. LS we have already calculated. In millihenry, you put it in Henry. And then what else? ID equal to, so 3 kilowatt load is there. So we have to find out use this equation. Where is the equation I have written? This one. With this equation, we can find out. Okay, let us see. Because there will be a quadratic equation that will come. So if you put there, okay, power is given here. 3 kilowatt power has been given here in your question. So VDID. So VD that we know that 0.9 Vs cosine of alpha minus 2 omega LS ID divided by pi. So this is your VD and multiplied by ID. So that is your PD. So PD will be 0.9 Vs ID cosine of alpha minus 2 omega LS IDS square by pi. And that is your 3 kilowatt. 3 to 10 to the power 3. And if you solve this one, then you will get this type of equation. And finally, you will get ID equal to this 78.3. If you find out this one, then you go back to your equation again. Cosine of alpha, then put omega LS. ID, everything is known to you. Just you substitute this all these things, and then you will get the V. Okay. So this VD will be then this VD will be 173.5. And U, if you use the equation this one, cosine of alpha minus 2 omega, no, what is this? Yes, 2 omega LS ID divided by root PGS, right? So you know alpha, you know omega, you know LS, you know ID, you know this one, and then you will find out U equal to 5.90. We will be able to do it if this type of question will be set in the exam.
Inshallah, sir.
Inshallah. So would you take 5 minutes break or will continue?
I think we can continue, sir.
Hmm?
I think we can continue, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So now we are talking about now the IS, the input current. If you remember the wave shape of the input current, this will be your sinusoidal voltage, and this is your alpha, and this is your pi, and suppose this is your alpha plus u, this is your pi plus alpha, and this one say pi plus alpha plus u. And then if you remember the wave shape of the current, this is u. Okay, so this is the current, and then that has gone to this one, this one, and this one. This has gone to this one. You remember this wave shape? This is your minus ID, and this one is plus ID. And what is this angle? Can anyone tell? This is alpha. This is alpha. But this is your alpha plus u. I have already mentioned. And what is this angle?
Alpha plus u by 2.
This one alpha plus u. Okay, and we have already told you the displacement part factor would be cosine alpha plus u by 2. Why it is not exactly equal to cosine alpha plus u by 2? Because it is in between u, but it may be little deviated from u by 2. You understand? That is why they have put a sign like this. Anyway, you can write down this one is very much close. Alpha plus. Okay. And then you know that from the power from the AC side, this is your AC side. We know that Vs IS1, there's then in displacement power factor. That will be this one. And the output voltage, output power will be V2. If we equate this one, then we can find out the IS1 equation of the IS1. Okay, can I ask you what will be the value of the IS1 if LS equal to 0? IS will have the wave shape like this. This is your IS.
0.9 ID.
Yes. Who is this one? Who is this one? কে কথা বললো?
IS1, sir.
Yes, IS1 equal to 0.9 ID. So who answered this? I want to know his name.
Sir, আমি স্যার আশিকুর।
আশিকুর। তুমি ওই যে ইয়েতে পড়াও কি বলে আফসানুল্লাহ পড়াও নাকি?
হ্যাঁ জি স্যার।
So do you also teach this power electronics there?
No sir, not yet.
But you
Power
remember,
sir.
but you remember everything. Why my other students they don't remember this thing? Hey, IITian. Because I taught you this, all these things. So this is the phi 1, and this is what was this one? Phi 1 was what then? For the if LS equal to 0, what is then this phi 1? Alpha. And but if there is an LS, your phi 1 will be this one, alpha plus u by 2. Okay. So input power will be Ds IS1 displacement power factor or input power factor, whatever. And then VDID, if we equate this one, and from that one we can find out the value of IS1. You understand it or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, look here, if you put ls equal to 0 here, so then ls equal to 0 here, then u equal to 0, then this is1 is coming as 0.9 Vs then where this ID will go? IS1 should be IS1 should be how much? 0.9. Okay, but it is okay. So then this Vs and Vs will be cancelled. Then this one will not be there. So then IS1 will be 0.9. IS1 will be 0.9 ID cosine of alpha. Was it 2.9 ID cosine of alpha when the LS was 0? Hello? Or it is only 0.9? IS1 was 0.9, right? 0.9. Can I go back and see what is the equation? Okay, let me check from the other. When LS was 0, what are the values of
Sir, I think cos alpha and cos alpha will cancel out each other.
Oh, okay, yes. Yes. LS equal to 0. This is 0. This Vs cancel. This cosine of alpha. Yeah, you are correct. So this is your 0.9 ID, right? That we got when LS was 0, right? Yes or not? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So our equation is valid that we have already proved. So this is the equation for your if LS is not equal to 0. And you have to find out also the commutation angle, and then you can use the equation number 6.29 to get the value of IS1. So now let us have a look at the practical thyristor converter. So very interesting thing. Okay, good. This is the practical thyristor converter. So this LS has come from your source. This LD has come from your, say this is a what? This is a, what type of load we can think? Sanjida is there?
Yes, sir.
Sanjida.
Yes, sir.
Sanjida, tell me what type of load this one?
So it's an inductive load.
What is this in the inductive load?
This is
তোমার
a
কিন্তু খেতাব কেড়ে নিব।
Sir, battery.
Sabik, Ashikul, what type of load it is?
Motor, sir.
What type of motor? Step motor, synchronous motor, induction motor, or DC motor? What is this side? It is known as the DC side, right?
Yes, sir.
It is a DC motor.
This is a DC motor. And look here, this is armature inductance. This is your what? What is this then?
Back EMF.
Back EMF.
Back EMF.
Look, your son knows a lot of things. And he learned all these motor things maybe more than 40 years ago. He can still remember, but you have forgotten. Do you know why I can remember this one? I suggest you, those who did not do the PhD, you want to do the PhD, my suggestion is that please go to North America, either Canada or US. So there will be a lot of coursework and they will bombard you, and whatever the weakness you have, that will be cleared and you will be stronger. You will have to submit for one course minimum 5 assignments, one midterm exam, one sit-in exam, one project presentation with unknown problems. So then you will see whatever you have the weakness, that will be clear. I am not saying bad about the PhD from the other countries, but since you did not do your PhD, but some of you are doing here, it's okay. It is not bad. In IUT, we're taking some courses, and that will also make your basic things clear. Okay, this is what kind of load then? This is okay. This is K is that constant. Phi is what? Phi is what? Flux. If it is a shunt motor, if it is a permanent magnet motor, then it is a constant, and omega is the speed. When omega is equal to 0, then your back EMF is 0. Then your armature current, if you remember that, VA minus EB back EMF divided by RA. So this is the steady state case. And when EB omega equal to 0, then it is 0. So at the starting current would be very high, about 10 to 15 times than the rated current. Then how we start our DC motors? There will be
Starter circuit.
starter circuit, electronic starter circuit, then 3-point starter, 4-point starter. Can you remember all these things? I don't know whether you have learned it or not. Okay, let us go back. So this is the practical circuit, and since the motor is very, very big motor, so we can negate the armature resistance. And with that one, let us study this. Let us go up now. So they have applied the, when suppose okay, for the say the current T1 and T2 are conducting, the current is going this way and it is coming back this way. So they have, so if you apply the Kirchhoff voltage law from here, so VD is equal to RDID. If RD equal to 0, this part will be 0, then LDI by dt plus. Okay, is it okay? Hello, is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, then, okay, let us have a look. Very interesting thing. Let us have a look. So this is your ED. This is your ED. ED is the back. We are talking about not the transient case rather than the steady state case. So ED is there. So, and this is your input voltage. If this input voltage does not cross the ED, then if you apply the firing pulse here, the thyristor will not be turned on. Am I correct or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Why?
It will not be forward biased, sir.
Yes. The ED will make the thyristor reverse faster. So the operating point should be from here to here. So now we have applied, so the current output voltage is like, of course, will be like this, and then we have applied the firing pulse here, and of course your DS is greater than your ED. Then there will be a commutation delay here, and then when there will be commutation, there will be no voltage, and then it should follow the VS, but it will not be equal to your VS. Why? ED equal to RDID say, then LS DID by QT plus QT. So VD will not be equal to your VS. Why? VT will not be equal to your VSY. Can anyone tell me why? Look here. VT should be equal to VS, right? If this, our current is not constant, because we don't have the highly inductive load, rather than maybe inductance is not very high, that much high, that the current is constant, rather than look here, the current wave shape is like this. We'll tell you why this current shape like this. And if the current is not constant, then there will be a drop, right? So write down the Kirchhoff voltage law. Vs will be your VLS plus VD. Am I correct or not? VD must be equal to Vs minus VLS. Right or wrong? Hello? Hello?
So can
Hey.
you repeat once?
Is your
Repeat
VLS?
once.
Yes. So VD will be actually okay. If you can neglect this one, VD will be VLS plus VDED, and it will not be exactly VD. Rather than VD will be, there will be a drop of VLS that we have to negate from your VS. That is why it will not be exactly equal to VS. What we got when ID output was constant current, then that time your VS was VD. Can you remember that?
Yes.
So here it will not, that will be little less because of they have considered that drop off. Now this current is not discontinuous, rather than look here, so there is a negative voltage, so that is why the current will go to zero, try to go to zero here. But after the commutation, then again this T1 and T2 are before that you know which are the thyristor that were conducting until this T3, T4, right?
Yes, sir.
That is, we get this one, and then when this T1 and T2 was fired, then your VD will be high. Your VD is this one. Look here. So the current will start again rising, and then here VS will be zero. Then it makes us like this, and then it is going to. So these are the wave shape of the current we are assuming. Okay. So we have to find out this minimum then. Okay. Let us go and check. Very interesting thing. So integrating both sides of equation 6.31, that means this one, we are integrating, okay? Okay, let us write them. So VD dt multiplying by dt, RD, IT dt, then LD BID, then ED dt. Then you are integrating that they're trying to do, okay? Okay, let's see. So we are integrating this one. So this VDT will be, so we are integrating over one cycle. So 0 to T, then this one, and this is, you understand this one, right? Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So why they are not integrating this thing? So this will be, ID will be 0 to, this 0 means that not ID 0, rather than the current ID at omega t equal to 0, you understand? So this is the operator is DID. So you have to find out the current at omega t equal to 0, and you have to take the current at omega t equal to t. Okay, let us have a look of the current again, then it will get the idea. So we have to find out what is the current here. The current here, this current we have to find out. We have to find out the current here, omega t equal to 0. This one will be the lower limit, And at the end of the cycle, so if you start with this one, where do you want to start? From alpha? You want to start from alpha? Okay, start from here. This is the cycle. You start here, then you go here, and then you are going. They're going. Then. So what is your time period then? Is it T or T by 2? It is, sorry. Okay, let us see. Confused. Here, okay. Then look here, if you consider, okay, one cycle. So what is this? You are getting the VDT over one cycle and divided by the time period, and then what it should be. Can anyone tell me what is this?
It's an average value.
This is the average value. And this will be also the average value, right? This is the average value of the ID current. And this will be 0. You will see that if you integrate this one, this current and minus this current, suppose this is ID, and after integration you will get ID, say ID, and then if you put ID T and ID 0, and these two currents will be the same at the end of the cycle and starting of the cycle, current will be 0, then you will get this one. So, and it is also very much clear that for the you look at this equation, from this equation also for the DC case, if you take only the average value, then we have to find this one will be the average value, and this will be also the DC voltage, right? So that will be the drop by the DC current, and that will be also voltage. So we have to find out the average value of this current. Otherwise, you will not be able to find out VD. Am I correct or not? Our current wave shape is like this. So we must find out the average. Otherwise, you will not be able to find out the average value of your output voltage. Okay. I think. Okay. Before the discontinuous, that will be your syllabus of your midterm. You understand it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
6.3.1. Let me also note it in my khata. Otherwise, I will forget. Oh. Let me write one, okay? What is the page number?
So 164.
Up to 164 will be the syllabus of your midterm. I'm not going to the discontinuous. I will start up the midterm, the discontinuous. Before. For 6.3.3.1. Page number 164, right? Midterm.
Yes, sir.
Syllabus of 6801. Okay, so you will not be able to solve this problem. What is it is given over there, because this one also you need some PSpice or other way to solve it. Okay, let us have a look. Yes, they have used the PSpice. So example 6.2 of this one. So the single phase inverter is supplied this one and this one for calculate IS1. So what I may do, and I normally do, I may just put this figure and I will ask you to explain why the wave shape of the current is like this. So you understand this is the IS, look at the figure of the IS. Where I get this IS? Because that is nothing but the, this is your IDT. So this will come as positive. So that will be like this. And then that will be the mirror replica. So this IS will be the negative value, and then that will be a positive value. So if you just take it this side, that will give you the ID. You understand what I want to say? ID will be always positive, right? ID will be always positive. The load current in the DC side is always positive. But this one, can anyone tell me? This one, whose thyristor should be conducting this one when the current is negative? IS is negative. Then whose thyristor should be conducting?
T3 and T4.
T3 and T4. And then this is your commutation. This is your commutation. And phi 1 they have already found. Alpha is equal to 45 degree point. This one, and phi 1 is the 54.84. So phi 1 will be alpha plus U by 2, right? So alpha is given as 45 degree, and phi 1 is 54.84. Can you find out U? Hey, what will be your U? 9.84. Then U will be what? 9.84 multiplied by 2. You understand it or not? Hello? Hello? Hey, Salepele. Hello?
Yes, sir. Ji, sir.
We have already learned that the displacement angle is alpha U by 2, and that displacement angle by simulation they have found 54.84. So you put it here, and you know alpha equal to 45 degree. Then from that one, can you find out U?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if these are very easy stuff, you just go through it and you will understand this. So up to this one will be our syllabus. So you take your preparation, and we shall use the Google Classroom. You fix a date and let me know. And then there will be 1.5 hour exam. So I'll say 1.5 hour exam, 4 questions. Then there will be 2 hours exam actually. So I'll give you say 2 hours mean how many minutes? 120 minutes, right? Each question you will get 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and 30 minutes. But best 3 will be calculated, will be taken as your score. So first 30 minutes, the question will be given, and then you will be able to read it. Then you will start this one. So within 20 minutes, you will have to answer the question. Okay? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
And then last 5 minutes, you have to scan it, and then you will have to post it in your PDF file to the Google Classroom. Have you already appeared any exam using Google Classroom?
Not for me.
No, sir.
So you'll have to do that thing. So before that, we may have a mock test, okay, mock midterm one day. You will.
Yes.
So how many of you have joined the Google Classroom already? I have given the link in your group, WhatsApp group. You have to, all of you, those who want to appear in the midterm, you have to join the Google Classroom. In the Google Classroom, the question will be given. So are you familiar to use the Google Classroom? How many of you are not familiar of using the Google Classroom? Is there anyone?
Yes, sir.
I never use it. Also.
Oh,
This is the first
then
time.
you practice it, okay? You go to the
Okay.
Google Classroom and see, and the question will be given. And then if you go to the Google Classroom, you will get the question. And then with that, and you will start write that question. And you have to join in the Zoom also at the same time. You have to join the Zoom and use the Google Classroom. And then from that one, I'll look at your writing. How many students are here today? 25. 25 students will be in the Google Classroom, and you will get your question in the Google Classroom. If anyone you don't get the question, then that question will be sent to your email through your the PDF file will be sent to your email. You understand it? And then you get download the question, you answer it, and you submit it to the Google Classroom. If you fail to submit it to the Google Classroom, you use your email and send it to my email. But you have to be in the Zoom, and you will have to write in front of me, and you have to turn on your camera that time. You understand? Hello.
PhD student also is
Hmm?
the same as undergraduate.
Yes. Yes,
Why,
we do
sir?
that.
Why, sir? We are already responsible people.
Oh, so you don't want to be in the Zoom? Okay.
I think
okay.
I think we don't need to turn any camera, nothing.
So you look here. Then I'll make the take home. I can give you the take home exam. Then your
No,
life
you will
will
make-
be hell.
You will make it very tough.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'll make the question from the paper, and then your life will be hell, because you will need at least 4 or 5 days to answer all these questions. So look, listen to me. So if face-to-face class were being held, so you would have come in the same way to in front of the teachers, and you would have been invigilated the same way. Okay. So you don't have
Yes.
the camera. You
We have.
don't have. So you just come. Okay.
Okay.
But the thing is that you don't worry about your exam, because your project presentation, your attendance, your quiz, your assignments all carry lot of marks. So
Yes.
that exam does not reflect maybe only 25% of the total 100% marks of the midterm. You got my point?
Yes,
So
sir.
don't worry at all. But let me follow the procedure. Otherwise, I may be questioned by the authority. You understand?
Yes.
So,
No problem.
no problem. So I'm stopping share and let see your face. So all of you have the camera? Are you not using your